Hi Stampers, I'm Nancy Novak. Welcome back. Today is day 3 of our Joy of Noel series. So we made a couple of cards, and today we're going to make a little treat holder. It's got a little box in there, and I have a couple of Ghirardelli candies inside there. So I thought this would be really cute to put by the Christmas dinner plates as a little placeholder for everybody. I always like to do that at Christmas time. So here's a new one for you. Again, we're using the Joy of Noel die set. We're going to cut out some letters. We're going to do something different with the letters too. And I'm also using a little tag from the tailor-made dies. That's for this top piece right there. And I'm also using one of my all-time favorites, the Countryside Corner dies. So let's get started. So I have a piece of real red cardstock, and this is 5x6. And I have a piece of designer series paper. It was about 4 1/4 by 6 before I cut out my 2 Countryside Corner images. And then I have a scrap of real red. I have a scrap of white for stamping. And I have a little piece of designer series paper. This paper is from the Joy of Christmas, which I've been using all week. It's about 2 1/4 square. And then the new thing is that I'm going to be using, this is a adhesive sheet. It's a foam rubber sheet. It's kind of like a dimensional, but it comes in sheets. So I cut a 2 1/4 inch square of that. So we're going to have our letters popped up. It's really cool. So I already cut out my little tag, and we can go ahead and might as well do our stamping first. So let me bring in the stamp in real red ink. And I'm going to stamp Joyous. And we'll just set that off to the side. And then on this little piece here, I'm going to bring in my double oval punch. And I'm going to stamp out or punch out a white oval. And then I'm going to punch out a red scalloped oval. And I'm going to bring in my Memento ink. And there's a little holly leaf. And I'm just going to stamp that right on this little oval. So I'll stamp 3 of them. And there's a little tiny dot, 2 dots. I'm going to call them berries. And I'm going to stamp a couple of those right on there in the real red. Then I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Blend, and let's see, this one is light granny apple green. And I'm just going to color in the holly leaves. Okay, so I'm just going to glue these 2 pieces together, and then we'll come back to them later when we have our box built. Okay, now I'm going to take this piece of designer series paper, and this is that foam adhesive sheet, and it's sticky on both sides. So I'm going to peel one part off, and I'm just going to lay my designer series paper right on top. And then I'm going to bring in the Noel die piece, and I'm going to cut that out, and I'll be right back. So I am just going to lay these in here until I'm ready to put them on our box. Let me bring in my scoreboard. So this is 5 by 6, and with the 5-inch side at the top, I'm going to score it at 1 inch and 4 inches. And I'm going to turn it, and I have the 6-inch piece at the top, and I'm going to score it at 2 1/2 and 3 1/2. So now I'm just going to fold up on those score lines. Just like that, okay? So now I'm going to flip it over because I'm going to put some tear and tape on here. So that's going to be our box, but I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to bring in some tear and tape. And I'm just going to go ahead and put tear and tape right there. and right there. Okay, so now I'm going to, this is our box again, it's going to be our box. Now I'm going to create a couple of flaps. So there's the two center lines, and I'm going to cut up on the center line to the first score mark. Just like that. Just like that. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the tear and tape on one side. I'm going to push the center flap up, and this one has sticky on it, and I'm just going to close it and attach it to that center tab. Just like that. Now I'm going to bring this side up and close it, line everything up, and then it attaches to that sticky tape. Same thing on this side. I'm going to remove the tear and tape. I'm going to put the tab in, and then this one has sticky on it, so I'm going to close that and match it up to the inside tab. And then I'm going to close this side. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in these pieces here, and they're going to fit right on the outside of our box. So basically I just have to put some glue here and attach our pretty designer series paper piece. Just like that. Now this piece is going to be our handle, and I'm just going to take my bone folder and give it a curl so it's not so stiff. Okay, so that's going to be our handle, and I'm going to put a little bit of tear and tape on the outside pieces, on the outside edge, right down here. Okay, I'm going to remove the tear and tape and attach it to the inside of our box. So I'm just centering it. Just like that. And we put a candy in here, but we have to do some pretty decorating on the outside. So for the letters, I can do that first because they're all ready to go here. They're all nice and sticky. If the sticky didn't come off, you just remove the backing. And they basically just fit on this little countryside corner piece. Just like that, and they're raised, so it's really cool. They really have a nice little look to them. This one here, I'm going to pop up on a couple of dimensionals. And then for our tag, I'm just going to bring in a little bit of real thin ribbon that I had. And I'm going to feed it through there. And I just tied it right on the top. And that's it, our little treat holder. Isn't that cute? You probably fit probably 3 or 4 candies in there, but I think I'll get some pretty little designer paper, the shredded paper, and put that in there too, so it kind of pops out and looks pretty. I didn't have any yet. Not that far in my Christmas decorating to have that extra stuff around, but anyways, I hope you liked it. Isn't that cute? It was really easy to make too, and it's very pretty. And again, I'm going to put them by the Christmas dinner plates. So I hope you liked today's video. Leave your comments. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new and say hi to us. Don't forget about the starter kit special. Message me if you'd like more information. I'll see you tomorrow at noon. Tomorrow we're going to make a wreath card. So don't be shy. Stamp and shout.